form of. Hello and namaste everyone. Thank you very much for taking time to tune in. We are starting to present a new 16 episode series from Peachtree Center for Wellness and Oneness, and this series is called To Be Free. Explore health, happiness and harmony. In fact, in our life, we all want to be happy, we all want to be healthy, and of course we want harmony in all our relationships. So in these 16 episodes, we're going to be touching upon different aspects of our life, different challenges that we all face in our life, and go to the source to find solutions that you can apply in your day-to-day life. I'm drawing this from my 15 years of journey and discipleship under an ancient sage, Sunitama, and I'm truly honored and humbled to be able to share these practical experiences and tools that you can take with you so that you can create health, happiness and harmony in your lives. So today's episode will first focus on freedom, because the series is all about freedom, to be free. What exactly is freedom? Why do we need freedom? Do we actually have that freedom? And what are the benefits of having that true freedom? Now, when you think about freedom, at least for me, there is this image of a butterfly that pops up in my mind. Does it happen to you? Anytime I think about freedom, I think about butterfly. And I think it's a classical example of what represents freedom. Because if you look at the life of a butterfly, it starts as a caterpillar. We know, it looks very ugly. Nobody wants to go touch a caterpillar. But then it turns into a cocoon, and while doing that, it actually starves. It doesn't eat, and it hangs upside down, and it slowly starts to form the body of the butterfly, and then the wings form, and then after a few days, it starts to come out of that cocoon and fly into this world, spreading the joy and spreading those beautiful colors so that we can enjoy. Show me a single person who doesn't enjoy the butterfly. The moment you see a butterfly in a garden, your heart just starts to fly. And that's the journey of a butterfly. And the most important thing is, this butterfly doesn't last for a long time, like us, for years. The lifespan of butterfly, in some cases, is only a day and to a few weeks and maximum a few months. But most of the butterflies die within a few days. But within that short span of life that they have, they spread the joy and freedom so that we all want to become that beautiful, colorful life that we all want, right? But if you look at our human life, on the contrary, we come from the mother's womb, we spend 9 months there, almost imprisoned, and waiting to be liberated, and we come into this world. And of course, we all see that beautiful joy and bliss in that beautiful baby's face. The subtle smile, the subtle touch, the subtle movements of the baby inspires us. And that lasts obviously for a few months. And then as the baby turns into a toddler, we know all the tantrums that they throw, all the journey, rest of the life that we all parents who raise children, we know how difficult it can be sometimes. And we'll explore, of course, what are the root causes of those challenges and why a baby that came into this world with that pure innocence, with that pure bliss and pure smile, eventually goes through so much of suffering. We all see that. We have been through that, didn't we? The moment we start getting into the school, we get into this peer pressure, comparing with others, jealousy starts, ownership, me, mine, and then as we move forward, getting into the school and university system, as you get into teenage, obviously we all want to run away from parents, run away from home. We all want freedom. As a teenager, we think running away from home can give us freedom. Then as you become a student, you think if you start to make your own money, you don't have to depend on your parents. That gives freedom. And then after that, you think getting a job and getting married might give you freedom. And then after that, you think having children, that might give freedom. And then you think that if you get a promotion, might give you freedom. If you have a bigger bank balance, big car, a big house, might give you freedom. And then of course we know the whole trauma that we all go through. We think all of these things can give freedom, but none of them actually give freedom. But in fact, they trap us more and more and get us entangled. And we start to get suffocated and stressed out, leading to ill health. We see most of the lifestyle diseases that we see today is because we have put our energy, our efforts, our behaviors, our actions in the wrong place. And we are all running for that freedom, in fact. And then in the name of freedom, we start to take some vacations. Doesn't give us freedom. We come back to the same old cycle. So, in the name of freedom, what we are actually doing is we are running after pleasure and pain. We think that pleasures can give us freedom, but we don't realize that these pleasures actually trap us, make us addicted, and entangle us into the matrix of these pleasures. And the pleasures, the reason we go after pleasures is because of the sense indulgence. The senses that we have, the sense of touch, the sense of taste, the sense of smell, the smells of sight and hearing, all of these trap us. So in the name of freedom, we are trying to find the most tastiest food and get addicted to the food. People get addicted to alcohol, tobacco, smoking, vaping. All these sensual pleasures we think is freedom, but we don't realize that we get trapped into this matrix, into this web, which gets us suffocated, stressed out, and eventually causing illness. So, what is true freedom? True freedom is the freedom of your mind from these entanglements. True freedom doesn't mean running away from the world. True freedom doesn't mean that you got to go sit in a cave somewhere and meditate. True freedom is to, first of all, be free from these imprisonments. The prisons that we have created in the form of name, in the form of identity. I am so and so. I am beautiful. I am ugly. I am tall. I am short. I am a CEO. I am a doctor. I am an actor. I am a husband. I am a wife. I am a child. I am a teenager. I am a student. You see, we fall into the trap of these identities from the time we become a toddler. The name, it starts with the name, and then the form, and the power, and the money, and the relationships that we build. Each of these start to create walls of imprisonment. So true freedom is to liberate from these identities. I am not telling you to run away from these identities, but to be free from these identities. Yes, these identities are natural. The identity that you had as a little baby changed when you became a toddler. That identity has changed as you became a teenager. That identity has changed when you became a youth and then into adult, and then you become into an old person, old age. So if you see, the nature of the body is changing constantly. So is there a point in identifying with this body? No. If you identify with the body, you trap in that prison. Same with the mind. Is the mind continuously the same? Is it constant all the time? No. The mind is constantly changing. The thought process that you had as a child is different from the thought process that you have today, isn't it? In fact, the thoughts that you have yesterday are different from the thoughts you have today. The experiences and emotions that you had a few years back are different today, which means mind, thoughts, and emotions are also not permanent. They are constantly changing. But what we are doing is we are strongly identifying with those emotions, either from the past or worrying about the future, and we get trapped again in that prison, losing that freedom. So, what is the root cause of not having the freedom? The root cause is our own mind, our identities, our identifications. So, the goal to attain true freedom, my dear friends, is to work on the mind. Do you know what ancient wisdom says? Mind is called Manassu in ancient wisdom. And the ancient wisdom beautifully says, Manayeva Manushyanam Karanam Bandhamokshayo. Means Manassu. Manayeva Manushyanam. Manassu is, mind is the reason for bondage of a human being. That imprisonment. And the same mind is responsible for moksha. Moksha means freedom. Moksha in general, especially people who have read wisdom and heard wisdom, this word moksha, I'm sure resonates a lot. That word moksha doesn't mean that you're going to go somewhere into heaven or hell and then become free. Moksha is moha kshaya. Moha means delusion. Kshaya is destruction. Destruction of delusion is moksha. Where is the delusion? Delusion is in the mind. Delusion that you are this person, you are this body. This body is constantly changing, so you cannot be this body. Your mind is constantly changing. The delusion is that you think that you are your mind. The thought that you are the mind and the body and all these identities is the delusion. That is the moha. So, when we destroy those clouds, when we clear those clouds of moha or the delusion, then the true freedom happens. Then there is no imprisonment. Then you are out of that matrix. Then you see the reality as it is. So the work to attain freedom is to be done on the mind, and that is where the beautiful Sukshma meditation comes into the picture. Okay? And we'll explain what exactly Sukshma is, Sukshma meditation, why we need to do that, what is the power behind that Sukshma meditation, what is Sukshma Sarira, what is Sthula Sarira. We'll talk about all of that. Of course, we have 16 more episodes to do, right? But now, let's do a short practice of a simple tool called Sukshma and start with those simple steps. Okay? So, sit back, relax. And the first and foremost thing that we all practice as Sukshmas of the universe, as Sunita always says, is that subtle smile on your lips. I have spoken for the last few minutes. Did you see my smile leaving the face? I've been constantly smiling because I am enjoying it inside, because I'm aware of that smile. I'm conscious about that smile. So my dear friends, I would like you all to become conscious about that smile. Be aware of that subtle smile on your lips. That's where the meditation begins. Meditation doesn't mean just sitting there for hours and hours together, closing your eyes, sitting in this complex asanas or postures and trying to focus your mind. Yes, that is a small step in meditation. But true meditation is being conscious, being aware, being you, being aware of your being. That is true meditation. This is meditation right now. Because I am fully with myself, fully in this present moment, fully with you all, fully with everything. That fullness is meditation. And a simple step is, please bring that subtle smile. Sunita calls this Mandasmita. See? Subtle smile on your lips. While you're driving, while you're working, while you're talking, in every single engagement in your life, if you start to practice this simple smile, my dear friends, you will see wonders happening. I guarantee this. This is all experimental and experiential journey. It is not some mumbo jumbo. You can try it for a few minutes, for a few hours, few days, few weeks, then it becomes permanent. But start with a few minutes. Start with 1 minute. Let's do that now. Okay? We'll do simple thing today. Nothing complicated. Okay? What we'll do is simple breathing and smiling. Sukshma is BS. We call this BS, not the other BS. Breathe and smile. That is the BS that we are going to focus. Remember, Sukshma is equal to breathe and smile. And Sukshma is not something very complicated. Sunita Amma has simplified this complex wisdom. In fact, it was never complex. We have made it complex. Ancient sages have given very simple tools, simple formulas, simple ways, simple techniques. But because we were so confused with so many things in our past, I guess, few hundreds of years, thousands of years, some of us have lost it, some of us have continued to keep it. So, simplified way of living is Sukshma. Simplified way of connecting with yourself is Sukshma. For that, we'll use breathing and smiling today. Okay? So, we'll teach more, of course, breathing exercises, we'll teach simple techniques, all of that. But today, all that I want you to do is just sit back, relax your shoulders if you would like to. Simple things. Front to back, few times. Right? Back to front to back. Again with smile. With smile. See, audible breathing. See, I'm just focusing on my breath, focusing on smile, and focusing on my heart, on your chest area. Please make those audible sounds. See, I'm breathing in from my nostrils and breathing out from my nostrils. Start listening to your breath. Just focus on your breath. That's the first step in meditation. Just focus on your breath. Nothing complicated, right? Your breath is your life source. We forget about this simple breath and we run after other things. We want loud music, we want big screen TVs, IMAX theaters, big sounds. We want to travel somewhere to listen to the waves of the ocean. Yes, those are all beautiful. Your breath actually has the sound of the waves of the ocean. You do not have to make a trip to Hawaii or Bahamas. Yes, that is great if you can do that. It is good to get away. But that wave of the ocean, that sound that comes out of that wave is right here. Take the time, take a moment to focus on your breath. All your attention is on your breath, your smile, and your heart. Your breath, your smile, and your heart. Only three things. All three are with you right here. Your breath, your smile, and your heart, just within a few inches. Bring all your attention there, my dears. I am enjoying that inner bliss already. I know you are too, but make a little effort. I'm not asking you to lift heavy weights. I'm not asking you to read big volumes of books. I'm not asking you to read ancient scriptures or listen to big talks, self-help books, tons and tons out there. I'm not asking you to do any of that. I'm asking you to do a simple thing that you're born with, that is helping you to live every moment. Your pure breath, divine breath, your precious breath, and smiling for yourself. You don't have to pay anyone for this smile. You don't have to go to big retreats paying thousands of dollars. This smile is yours anytime, anywhere. You have full freedom to smile. Complete freedom. Nobody can question you. Nobody can stop you. And tuning into your heart, which is yours again. You don't need to seek anyone's permission. Spread that smile into your heart. And going deeper and deeper into your heart. As you go deeper into that nothingness, your body is relaxed. Your mind has become one-pointed. No more distractions. You're here in the now, in the present moment. The saliva is oozing out of your throat. Drink that saliva, oozing from your mouth. It's a sign of bliss, inner bliss. That saliva is rich in nerve growth factors, which helps in health of your brain. Phenomenal amount of scientific research on this. Now focus on your breath, your smile, and your heart. You can do this even if you have 2 minutes between the breaks of your work. You can practice this. While you are driving, you can practice this. All that you have to do is pay attention to your breath and smile. Don't close your eyes then though. First step is to become conscious. Conscious of yourself. Conscious of this precious resource You are the precious resource. Become aware of you. Now let's open our eyes and keep those smiles, enjoying your inner bliss. Experience that freedom. In the next few episodes, we'll go deeper. We'll use many other tools and techniques of ancient Sukshma. We'll talk about Sukshma. We'll talk about other challenges that you and me have. I have gone through personally many challenges in my life, but I have overcome them all with the power of Sukshma. Thank you very much for your time again. Stay tuned for the next episode. Until then, breathe and smile. Namaste. Thank you.